Good morning. We are now on week 7, which means we are so close to ending the fourth quarter, and I guess ending the school year. So last week, most of us, posted our positions in the discussion board. We either did that in video format, right, or we posted our essay, the written form. Either way was totally fine. This week, you are now going to get a chance to respond to your peers. So this week's assignment, there's a separate assignment for week 7, but it links back to the week 6 discussion board. So you're just going to be posting in the week 6 discussion board. You're going to be responding there, and I will see it there, and I will give you the grade. So if it seems confusing, simply because I can't duplicate discussion boards across assignments, which I think Canvas should change. But anyhow, so you are simply going to be responding this week. And that is it. As I told you previously, this week and next week are sort of like a slowdown. If any of the weeks did feel kind of heavy as far as work, this week and next week are definitely meant to be more laid back and just to give you a chance to consume what your peers have been working on this quarter and respond to them and maybe get into a debate if it's something you're really passionate about. So you're going to be responding to 2 of your peers, 2 separate positions. So you're going to essentially be responding to either 2 different videos or 2 different essays or 1 video or 1 essay, whatever that may be. Not necessarily just responding to people who are commenting. You can totally do that. But the assignment is to respond to 2 of your peers' positions. So you're going to do that. When you respond, you really want to say whether you agree or disagree and why, right? And when you do that response, it needs to be at least 4 sentences. 4 to 5 sentences would be great, because what I really want to avoid is someone saying, wow, yeah, that's a really great point. Like, first of all, did you watch the video or read the essay? Because I can't tell, right? If you respond like that, I can't really get the gist of whether or not you consumed the information that your peers worked so hard to put together for you to consume, right? So you agree or you disagree, and why? If you're having trouble coming up with at least 4 sentences of a response, think about what the impact of your position is on that topic. So if you disagree, right? Why is it important that you disagree? What is the impact of you disagreeing versus what their stance is, right? So try to dig a little deeper when you do your responses, but you're just going to respond to 2 of your peers this week. Your quiz portion is going to focus on constructive criticism, and I really want you guys to take this into consideration when you do go ahead and respond to your peers, because when we constructively criticize people, there's a way that you can do it that's really productive, and then there's a way that you can do it that isn't constructive at all. It's destructive, right? So when we constructively criticize something or someone or a bill, we want to focus on things that we can actually change, right? If there's something about the person or the bill or whatever you're discussing that is really static that you're not actually able to change, there isn't really a point in debating that, right? Because it's static, it will not change. We want to focus on things that are dynamic, things that we actually can do something about or that we can adjust. So that is one thing. Another thing is that you want to keep in mind that even though we're in a discussion board, this is a 2-way conversation or a multi-way conversation, right? Other people might jump in. You really want to get into this headspace where your thoughts and ideas are never final. They are constantly growing and changing, and you might get new information that adjusts your own position or opinion. You might get new information that just reinforces your own opinion, but either way, our ideas are never just stuck, right? We're always getting new information fed into those ideas, and we're adjusting those ideas we're adjusting our opinions as we get that new information. So keep that in mind when you are responding to your peers and possibly getting into debates and discussions. Along that same vein, you also really want to try to empathize with the person or the position that you are criticizing, right? It's really easy to get stuck in our own head and just sort of shout at or tell someone what we think or we believe regarding something. But it's a lot better to empathize cognitively, really think about why that person is motivated to feel that way, because that then informs your own criticism when you go ahead and give them any sort of suggestions or you criticize a piece of their argument. So really try to empathize. And then last but not least, no ad hominem. And if you don't remember ad hominem attacks are when you attack someone for something really superficial, something not actually related to the argument, right? When you maybe criticize someone's traits or their personality rather than what a person does or what they're saying or what the bill does or says, right? So there's a difference. Criticizing someone's attitude might make you feel really wonderful, but it doesn't actually do anything to make us think critically about the argument, right? So we want to stick to the actual argument, to the bill, to the position. So that criticism part, everything that I just talked about, that is what your quiz is going to be on, and I really want you to consider those things when you are posting. And your rubric for the responses will include some stuff about, constructive criticism. And so that constructive criticism piece for this week is really important for the response portion, and it's really important for the quiz portion. And as always, you have unlimited attempts on the quiz. Because this week is slower and next week will also be slower, if you are behind a couple of weeks, then really take this time to get caught up. Reach out to me if you need help, if we need to talk about how we can make the workload a little bit more manageable. Do please read the lesson and the assignment. Read the whole thing, because while I love to answer your questions and I'm here for you, a lot of your questions are answered in the lesson portion or in the assignment portion. So really make sure you read the directions that are in there. And if the directions are unclear, obviously reach out to me, or maybe reach out to a friend who did the assignment and did it really well. So that is really it. As always, we meet on Mondays and Thursdays at 9 o'clock in the morning. I know it's early, but I also have advisement later in the afternoon on Mondays. On Mondays and Fridays, I have advisement from 12:30 to 1, and on Wednesdays, I have it from 1 to 1:30. So if you can't make it to a 9 o'clock class, then you can catch me in my advisement, right? You could just jump in there and ask me a question. You can also call the Google Voice number. I will answer if it's during office hours. If it's not, leave me a message or send me a text, and then I can respond really quickly. So good luck with this week. Again, if you need any help, just ask. Use your resources, okay?